Hi, this is Deborah at Dinglefoot Scrapbooking once again with a card for the week. And I have just a plain white card and two little pieces of ribbon. And I have a yellow marker. And I have two distress ink pads. I have Spiced Marmalade and Broken China. And of course, I have the ink applicator tool also. And I have some black ink because I'm also going to be stamping with some other stamps. I have a thanks stamp. And then I have this beautiful bird. It's backwards on here, of course, because we're going to be stamping it this way. But this is from Tim Holtz, the Urban Tapestry set. So that bird's one of my favorite stamps. And for some reason I cannot find my acrylic stamp block anywhere. So this is a substitute that works great. It's just a half of a CD case. So I put my stamp on there. And I do have this little circle. Now all I did for this was just punch a circle out of it. And I'm going to be using a template to color in a circle on my card. So I have that, and I have a little piece of decorative paper, and this is going to go on the bottom of the card. So to make this card, I'm simply going to place my circle on my card down a little bit from the top, not right in the center. But I'm just going to hold it in place, and I'm just going to color it in. So this is like being in kindergarten. So we're simply just going to color in our circle, and this is actually going to make a sun, kind of like a setting sun. So just color that in. And now I'm going to take my Spiced Marmalade ink first. And I'm going to take my ink blending tool, get some nice ink on that, and we're just going to rub around in circles on this. Okay, so we're going to go over the sun and around it. So we're going to want to cover part of this card, and I want to get a little bit more orangey right around the sun so it looks kind of like a sunset. I'm just going to kind of go around, but I'm not going to do right on the top of my card. If you can see, I left that white, but I did spread it out just a little bit lighter around the edges. Okay, and I'm not going to wash this off or change the foam. I'm just going to go right into my blue. This is the Broken China, and then I'm going to fill in those edges where I didn't get before. Just kind of mix them together. So it's kind of blended. We kind of made a little background scene there. So that part is done. Now I'm going to take this large stamp, and we're going to use the black ink on it. So I'm going to take a minute here, make sure I get this inked up really well. Kind of could use a little bit bigger of an ink pad for such a big stamp, but we're just going to try to get this covered because I want this to be really, really black. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right across, and I want that bird to be right on the sun too. And the stamp's a little bit larger than my card, so it is going to come off the other side. But I'm going to put it right about here. With the CD case as my stamping block, I'm just going to have to really make sure I press down good here. Okay, so I made a really nice imprint. You can see the sun back there just a little bit. So next I'm going to take this decorative paper I had here, and I'm just going to glue this right on the bottom, and I might have to trim this off a little bit on the bottom because I don't want it to cover my stamped image. So I'm going to glue that right on there, and I'll trim it, and I will be right back. Okay, so next I'm going to put my ribbon on. So I'm going to put on this lacy one first. I'm just using a tacky glue to go right across here where we have a thicker edge. This is just going to go right across the top of our paper, and that'll help finish off that edge. Okay, and then I'm going to put the yellow one right on top of the lace one. So this guy goes right across here. Okay, and all I have to do to finish up this card is put my little thanks on here. So ink up my stamp here. I'm going to try to line this up straight. And there we go. Our card is finished. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this card.